Hi guys. So for today's video, I am filming my makeup collection. And normally I would sit down and talk, but honestly, I'm not looking too cute. And I want to show you my entire collection. So let's just get into this. So, first of all, up here, we have my brush collection. And basically how I organize it is, over here are dirty face brushes. There are my eye brushes, and then those are my untouched face brushes. And the containers are actually from TJ Maxx. And then my overall vanity, if you see how it looks, was actually built in, so you can't find it anywhere, and I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, let's get into stuff. Okay, so that normally is not there. And neither is that. But this is kind of what I call my everyday makeup area. And I just put things that I find necessary to do my makeup on the daily. And yeah, let's just get into it. So in this bottom drawer, I keep all of my pot concealers and Tarte chrome paints. And you know, I have the NARS, I don't even know what that, soft matte, the RMS Beauty one, Glossier, and then I have two Tarte chrome paints. They're really pretty. Some of my favorite shadows to wear, if that'll focus. Oh my god, what? I got this for my birthday and it's broken. What a shame. Yeah, kind of makes me sad. And then here I have mascaras. That's the Brooklyn & Bailey one, my video that has over 100,000 views. Here I have eyebrow products, so you know I have like the Lash Food or Brow Food, a Maybelline Tattoo Studio, some Benefit stuff, you know, just kind of basic things. And then back here I keep kind of what I use on my face on the daily. So that's mainly the L'Oreal Glotions, my go-to Dr. Jart BB cream, and then this is the Ordinary primer, the silicone primer, which is really nice. And then back here, if you look, I have this Fenty double-ended liquid eyeshadow. And basically here I keep my bases, so like the NYX Glitter Glue, Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and then just a ton of these Stila shimmer liquid glow things. I don't know what they're actually called, to be honest. And then here I have some more mascaras, like the Kush mascara. I also have the Nude Sticks concealer. That's one of my favorites. And then here is some more miscellaneous stuff that I didn't necessarily have room for. It's like I have my NARS liquid blush here, which separates quite a lot. This is the NYX Above and Beyond concealer, which is a pot concealer, but I use it to carve out my eyebrows because it's not very good for the face. And then here is the Dr. Jart Cicapair, and this is really nice if you have redness issues, and I highly recommend it. And then, you know, Tarte Maracuja oil, my sponge. This is the Origins Vitazing, one of my favorites. And then I just got this at TJ Maxx. It's the Gigi Hadid Maybelline Liquid Illuminator. And then back here is my Jaclyn Hill palette because I don't really have anywhere else to put it. And then here's something new that I got at TJ Maxx. It's the new, well, they're not new. It's the Stila Shimmer and Glow things. I'm not exactly sure what these are called. This is in the shade Kitten, and the day I wore this, if it'll focus, let me get it. The day I wore this out in public, I got literally like 50 compliments, and it's sad because they're discontinuing this. So I recommend going to TJ Maxx and seeing if you can find one. I would add it to this. Maybe I'll just add it now. Yeah, okay. It comes. It also came with like a little thing to foil the eyeshadow with, so I'm not exactly sure where I'll put that. Probably right there. Okay, so this is my, I'll zoom in even. This is my lip product area, and for that, this is my I don't know, just kind of lip products that I like using on a daily basis. So some of that includes Bare Minerals, my favorite Fenty Gloss Balm. I basically used this up. I need a new one. Bite Beauty's Lit Turmeric. Just a good variety of different high-end, mainly high-end, but a few like drugstore like L'Oreal and Revlon. I had some lip liners. It's just my favorites. That's the best way I'm gonna put it. Okay, so this drawer right here I just pulled out is where I keep basically my face palettes, and normally this stuff is not here, but I got a few Charlotte Tilbury samples and I really want to make an effort to use them along with her magic creams, so like, ooh, bougie. And actually this should not be over here, so I'm gonna go probably put this back in a different area soon. But some of the things I have are the Becca Jaclyn Hill palette, the Nicole Guerrero Anastasia, an e.l.f. face palette, this Tarte, this is, I'll open this up, really pretty Tarte palette. I guess I'll show you these ones, what they look like on the inside, because I know everyone loves to see that. This is the Jaclyn Hill one of my favorites. Got a lot of compliments when I wore this out a few days ago. The Nicole Guerrero used to be one of my favorites, but since then my makeup style has changed and these highlights are extremely glittery. So, not my favorite anymore. You know, some Maybelline bronzer palette, e.l.f. face palettes aren't too exciting. And then we have the Glow Kit and Gleam, one of the OGs. And this one is Sun Dipped, which I used all of freshman year. If you can't tell, I loved these two shades mainly, but Summer was definitely my go-to. I remember one time a girl said, "Your nose looks like it's covered in gold," because I did my makeup in the dark that day. Okay, so excuse my leg over here, but this is my kind of everyday face, I would call this like my everyday face product drawer, and I'll go into detail. So up here is the new Hourglass powder, which has quickly become one of my favorites. At first I didn't really understand the hype, but now I completely understand. Highly recommend. And then here I keep all my Tarte sample blushes and highlighters because, you know, I think they're really nice. For example, this is in the shade, what is this? Stunner. Haven't used this in a while, but I think it's a nice little highlight to have. And this is probably my favorite blush of all time. I don't have too many blushes, but this is in the shade Party. Ew, ignore my nails, my god. But I use this all the time. It's such a nice color. Completely understand why they did it. And then this I just started using as well. It's the Benefit Dandelion Dew. And I've been into liquid products lately thanks to Samantha Ravindall, so you know, that's what's going on over here. I have the Anastasia brow powder, my Kiko blush, which my friend Allison gave me. Thank you, Allison. If you're watching this, you're probably not, but yeah, that's really nice. It's a really beautiful shade. And then, to be honest, Jeffree Star highlighters are not my go-to everyday ones, but I'm trying to make myself use them more, so I put them out here. So this is the shade Siberian Gold. Got this when I was a freshman, and I used it a lot. It's kind of my lucky highlighter because I used it on the day I had auditions for band placement. And then this is in the shade, what is this? Ice Cold. I can't believe I forgot that, and I use this on my nose all the time, and it's so pretty. And then over here I keep this Stila Kitten eyeshadow because this is one of my favorite eyeshadows of all time. It is so pretty. And then this is my, personally, this is my top 3 highlighters. These and those Pixie Glow highlighters are my favorites, but basically over here is where I keep the highlighters that I want to use right now, and I need to change these out, but this is the Amrezy one. I use this all the time. Definitely one of my favorites. And then I just recently got this. This is NARS Fort de France. It's really pretty. It's not exactly what I expected. Sometimes it can look a little powdery, but then also it looks glazed. So I gotta keep trying this out, but so far I really like it. It's kind of a toned down version of the Amrezy highlight. And then here I keep ColourPop's Butterfly Beach. I wore this so much last year. Oh my god. For marching band, I did not like wearing makeup because we'd have to go straight after school and it'd be almost 100 degrees outside, and you know, I just don't want to be thinking about makeup for the next 3.5 hours. So I just popped this on before school in the morning, and it gave my skin a lot of glow and dimension, but it still stayed put and didn't get on my nerves. So that's why I liked it. And then I'm out of breath. Oh my god. This is the Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I mean, I've definitely hit pan on this. It's a go-to. You can tell I use my makeup. There's not much to say about it. And then back here, if we go back a little bit more, you can see I have my favorite loose powder of all time, the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder. And then I have a NARS blush, a Kiko eyeshadow. We can look at that. That's pretty. My friend Allison gave me this also. She got me a lot of Kiko stuff when she went to Italy. And then this is my cream bronzer stuff. So the Jordana Glow and Go stick and a Clinique Chubby foundation stick in like Garangaton Golden. Guys, I gotta take a break. Okay, so here is my palette drawer. This is me, and I am missing the knob because I am. And if you cannot tell, I kind of have a thing for eyeshadow palettes, and because of that, I am running out of space. So I'm gonna go through every palette. Just know this is a long video, but that's exciting. So I'll start over here. So first I have this e.l.f. palette, and this is actually like really, really good. These are like $1 or $2. My friend gave it to me, and they're like super nice quality shadows. So I highly recommend it. Then I have two Charlotte Tilbury quads, and this is an Exaggerize. So pretty. Love this. And then this is the Dolce Vita. One of my favorites. Ah! Oh my god. Then over here is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. If I can open it. Really beautiful metallics. One of my favorites. I have the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. Fun fact, every time I smell this palette, I think of freshman year, and because I got this freshman year and I was like super in shape and stuff, like super skinny, so every time I smell it, it makes me want to be like super fit. And then here is the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons. I have not used this in such a long time. Not even sure. I just have sentimental value with my palettes. Like, there's something I can't get rid of. Here. Then I have this Maybelline Lemonade Craze. This got some terrible reviews, but you know, I like it and I stand by me recommending it. Oh, eyelashes. Nice. Then I got this for Christmas. This is the Tarte Ladies Night palette. It's a full, I don't know what you'd call this, like a full palette. It's got your bronzer, highlight, blush, eyeshadows. It's got everything you need for traveling. We're actually leaving for the lake tomorrow, so I probably will bring this. I don't know, we'll see. Then this is probably the best eyeshadow formula on the market in my opinion. It's the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foil finger paints, and they're just so metallic and beautiful and everything you'd want in an eyeshadow. And then this is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes of all time. This is the Narcissus Wanted palette. Not sure if I've used this in a video. Can't believe I haven't if I haven't. And if you can't tell, I just really love this palette. It has such nice shades, especially this one up here. Oh, so good. Then we have the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade palette. I mean, if you can't tell, I really like this and great quality. This is the Latte palette, which is the original Dominique Cosmetics palette, and honestly, this is gorgeous. I can't believe I like this one so much. I don't know. I just love these metallics, and the mattes are so good. Then over here we have the Naked Heat palette. Has a lot of nice warm tone shades. The quality is very consistent. Then you have the Urban Decay Naked Smoky. This used to be probably my favorite palette. I have not used this in a long time, but it really makes me want to do like a dark grungy eye. And this here is my first palette ever, and I have so much like sentimental value with it, so I could never ever get rid of this. Then over here we have the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, and I mean, such a good palette. Definitely one of the best palettes you can buy on the market. Then underneath that we have the classic Modern Renaissance. Used to be my favorite palette of all time. Definitely gone through a lot of shades in here, almost hit pan on most of them. It's good, consistent, warm tone palette. And then lastly is the Subculture palette, and I actually love this palette. Know a lot of people don't like it, but for me, this was great. This yellow shade here is probably my favorite yellow eyeshadow of all time. So I'm just gonna put these all back in there. Okay, then over here we have the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette. Just came out. Beautiful, beautiful shades. They actually look like I haven't touched them, but I did. And I did a look using a lot of these shades, and I got so many compliments. It was crazy. So, love that. Then we have the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. You know, I really thought I was going to love this palette, but it's really not my favorite. I want to love it, but every time I use it, I don't know. I don't reach for it, and I don't know why. And it makes me want to use it, but I don't. Like, I remember using this purple shade and liking it, and, you know, I like that shade, but I remember kind of being disappointed over here. But I'm going to give this a couple tries. So I might leave this out on the desk. Then we have the Tartelette Toasted palette, which, I mean, it's so good. I like this a lot. It's got really pretty shades. It's extremely powdery, but I love this transition shade. And this gold shade up here is so nice. I have quite a lot of shadows and warm tone palettes that are like these shades. Tarte seems to do a lot of deep purples, if you can't tell. Then we have, this is a Bare Minerals Holiday palette. This is my mom's personal favorite palette. She owns this. It's really nice packaging. And then you open it up, and it's just a ton of neutral eyeshadows. And, you know, I need to pull this out again. I really need to use this. I might bring this on, Now I'm wanting to bring this maybe with me over the weekend, so I might leave that out. Then over here we have the Jeffree Star and Joshua palette, and I like this palette quite a lot. I think the quality is really good, except the shade Frosting can come off a little bit chalky. But, you know, I don't find myself getting that many different looks out of this palette, so that is a downside. This was one of my favorite palettes at one time. This is the NARS, what is this called? Loaded palette. I was about to say Unloaded, but, you know, these blend out so nicely, and there's a little bit of the transition shade, but this metallic shade right here it just looks like a basic white, but when you put it on the eyes, it's so reflective and metallic. Like the shimmers in here are like melted liquid on the eyes, and like this chocolate brown here is one of the best deepening shades I've ever used. And you know, here's a classic. It's the Makeup by Mario Anastasia palette. Wish this was a permanent palette because it is that good. The shades in here are just so nice, and you know, these are beautiful transition shades, and this gold here, Fifth Avenue, so nice. And then now this is a very controversial palette. This is the first Jaclyn Hill palette to ever be discontinued. It was with Becca. It was called the Champagne Collection Eye palette, and you know, I actually liked it. Let me swatch a shade. It comes off a little bit thicker, but I mean, if you can't tell, it's really pretty. I don't know what people had an issue with. I heard it was inconsistent, so that probably is a reason why, but I liked it. Was my go-to freshman year. And then this was something I used a lot when I was in 8th grade, you know, still getting into makeup, still learning how to kind of use stuff. So this is a great beginner's palette. This is the Naked Basics 2. I would wear this almost every single day. And once again, this is a palette that I want to bring out a little bit more. I'm not going to buy any more eyeshadow palettes for a little while, I think. I'm going to shop around in my collection. But it's got really nice shades, and this shade Stark here is one of my favorite transitions of all time. Now if we go way back in here, I'm going to do my best to get it all out. This is the Tartelette Tease palette. It's got really cute little, just pink tone romantic shades. Quality's easy. I wish it had maybe a transition shade, but you definitely can work with what you have in here. And then back here I have another one of these, but it's honestly not worth showing. It's just Clinique eyeshadows. These are the worst shadows ever invented in history of eyeshadows. Okay, I need to back up a little bit. This is the original Tartelette palette. Used to be my favorite eyeshadow palette of all time, you know. I'm not a big fan anymore. I don't find the quality very good. I don't think the shadows are pigmented. I don't know. Just not one of my favorites. Here we have a palette from Sephora that was around during the holiday time. It's a small little palette, and I think the quality was great for the price. You know, it had a really good highlight shade, and this lid shade I used all the time and like it a lot. This is the ColourPop Cute AF palette, another great palette. I'm not a fan of the shimmer shades, but I think the mattes are nice. These red shades can be a little bit difficult to work with, but these two shades down here are really nice. Then we have the CoverGirl True Naked palette. Once again, great drugstore palette. Can be a little bit powdery, but great dupe for the Naked palette. This was my first drugstore eyeshadow palette. Got it from my aunt. It's got some basic gold tones, and you know, it used to be good to me, but now I've come to realize these aren't shadows that I use that much. But I mean, the quality is not terrible, but I think you can definitely find better at the drugstore. Then we have the Buxom eyeshadows that you customize yourself, and Buxom eyeshadows are some of the best on the market, so if you haven't tried them out, definitely go customize your own palette. Then we're on the home stretch, guys. 2 more after this. This is the Irma Decay Moondust palette. I bought this freshman year for homecoming. I used this on my lid. Never would do that now, but things change. And these are really nice glittery shades. Great for the lids. I'm losing my voice if you can't tell. I despise this palette. This is the Lorac Unzipped. I don't know why, but every time I use it, every eye look I make just comes out super muddy. But I mean, when I swatch these shimmer shades, they're so pretty. So I don't know what my issue is. And then the last palette in my collection is the Lorac Pro 2 palette. I have not used this in years, in actual years. But you know, I may pull it out tomorrow to do a 4th of July look because of this navy and silver. So we will see. But yeah. So this is my palette chore. And there's more to come. Okay, so the second part of my makeup collection is in this little tower by Pottery Barn, and that's because I can't fit everything over there. So yeah, hello. So you open it up and it's got like these shelves, a little cork board, this area, and this is where I store makeup that I'm not using as much on a daily basis. And up here is a birthday present for someone. So over here I have just two, I don't know what you call them, headband things. And then if we, let's see, let's zoom in. Go over here. This is where I keep majority of my highlighters. So we have these Pixie ones, a Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder, Wet n Wild, Fenty. Oh, this is the butter bronzer. You know what? I'm gonna take that out because I'm leaving for vacation, and I'm filming this as I'm about to leave, and I'm gonna take these highlighters. And then, so yeah, I just have Fenty highlighters, Becca, a bronzer, Makeup Forever one, Essence, and the Maybelline ones. And then here's my little jewelry container. And then over here I keep face products. So I have like the L'Oreal foundation, Naked Skin One and Done. This is a Physicians Formula BB cream. The CoverGirl Healthy Elixir, Wet n Wild Photo Focus, the Too Faced Born This Way, the Fenty foundation, Josie Maran, and then another one of those. If we go up here, we have my jewelry box, and then behind my jewelry box, I actually keep all my eyeshadow sticks by Nude Sticks. So that's where all this goes, with like a mascara and a Maybelline Master Chrome thing. And then back here we go. I'll try to show you the best. I just keep a lot of lipsticks, and honestly, like, I don't think it's worth going through them all, but I have some Jeffree Star, Marc Jacobs, a ton of Bite Beauty, Bobbi Brown, you know, just some basic things. And then I'll pull this down as well from up top. I have this container, and it just has extra stuff that I don't necessarily use much. So yeah. And in this first drawer here, I keep my extra powders and a backup of the Smashbox Primerizer. This is a liquid highlighter, a primer, and I also have the Cover FX powder, but I have it in my makeup bag currently, so it's not there. And then, yeah, this is that's basically the rest of my makeup collection. So, yeah.